Hello everyone, welcome to BANO IAS. My name is Vinay and I will be starting a new series on Indian economy where we will discuss 46 years of questions of Indian economy. So these questions are from 1979 to 2004. Now, for the benefit of our viewers, we will be classifying all these questions into 5 units so that you can easily follow them. Unit number 1, structure of Indian economy and demographics. Unit number 2, poverty, planning, finances, economic and social development. Unit number 3, agriculture. Right? Unit number 4, Indian industries and trade. And the last unit, which is tertiary sectors of the Indian economy. So we will discuss all these questions under these 5 units. Now, I will be beginning with unit number 5, which is tertiary sector of the Indian economy. Here, we will discuss questions related to money, banking, capital markets, etc. And then we will come back to other units. Let's start. So here we have first question. This question came in 1979. What is a शेड्यूल बैंक? आप लोगों ने कई बार बैंक अगर गए हैं तो वहां पे पढ़ा होगा ए शेड्यूल कमर्शियल बैंक. तो लेट्स रीड द ऑप्शन एंड देन कम टू द कंक्लूजन. ए बैंक हैविंग 1000 crore deposits. That is our first option. Option B, a bank included in the second schedule of RBI Act. Option C, a bank having 10 crore in deposits and a bank having 100 crore in deposits. Now, if you have studied your unit on money and banking, you would have studied that all the banks which are included in the second schedule of RBI Act of 1934. These are the banks which are called scheduled commercial bank. Therefore, your B is the right answer and all the other options are. So, this is a very factual question. There's not much to explain here. We'll move to the next question. NABARD. Now, this is a question which came in 1982. NABARD, which is set up to provide loans for rural development. What is it? Is it a bank, a board, a block, a department? Now, if you know the full form of NABARD, you can easily guess. So the full form of NABARD is National Agriculture Bank and Rural Development. That is your full form. Therefore, it is a bank which provides credit to agriculture sector through RRB and cooperative banks. So your option A is the right option here. Next question. Which of the following is correct? This question came in 1987, as you can see. So here we have 4 institutions and they are matched what kind of financing they are providing. IDBI, short-term financing. NABARD, industrial financing. RBI, long-term financing. And RRB, dispensing rural credit. Now, if you know IDBI, it actually provides financing to industrial sector. And you know that industries need financing for long-term. Therefore, it cannot be short-term financing. So this option is wrong. Now, we also discussed about NABARD in the last question, and we know that NABARD provides credit to agriculture. So it is not industrial. Therefore, this is wrong. RBI, it does provide financing. However, it provides financing to the bank mostly on short-term basis. Repo and reverse repo, if you have studied your money and banking chapter. Therefore, this option is also wrong. RRB, which stands for Regional Rural Bank, they provide rural credit. Therefore, your option D is the correct option. Now let's look at this question, which is regional rural banks are designed to work in which one of the following ideals? What is the idea on which regional rural bank? 1988 is the year. Option A, on basics of commercial bank. Now, if you know, the commercial bank work to provide financing. However, they also provide financing to almost all the sector. So that's not the principle on which regional rural bank. Let's read option C first. Keep lending rates lower than cooperative institution. Now that cannot be an objective if it were to happen. And अगर ऐसा होता है तो हो सकता है, but ये objective नहीं था. Option D, work on the innovative and adaptive ideals. Innovative and adaptive ideals, this is also a little vague and there must be some specific purpose जिनके लिए RRB सेटअप किए गए थे. And अगर आप लोगों ने बैंकिंग की यूनिट पढ़ी है तो RRB रीजनल रूरल बैंक सेटअप किए गए थे टू हेल्प द रूरल एरियाज. सो दे हैव टारगेटेड ग्रुप्स. उनका फंक्शन है जो रूरल एरियाज में क्रेडिट की डिमांड है उसको मीट किया जाए. एंड दैट इज द आइडियल दे वर्क, हेल्प द टारगेटेड ग्रुप्स, विच इज हियर योर रूरल पब्लिक. देयरफॉर योर ऑप्शन बी इज द राइट आंसर. Not A, on the basis of commercial bank. Not C, which is keep lending rate lower than cooperative bank. That cannot be an objective. That can happen or may not happen. Work on the innovative and adaptive ideas. It is a little vague option जिसको आप यहाँ पर रिजेक्ट कर सकते हैं. Let's move to the next question. This is the question from 1991. A common currency for member of common market in Europe is known as. यूरोप में कौन सी करेंसी है जो कॉमन मार्केट में स्टेब्लिश की गई है? And this is a very easy question. So I don't think there is much discussion required. As you know, the dollar is currency of United States of America. Franc was used in France earlier. Pound is used in United Kingdom, and euro is the currency of common market in Europe. So this was a question from 1991. Next question from 1991. Which one of the following function of RBI is not performed by other banks? तो RBI का ऐसा कौन सा फंक्शन है जो बाकी बैंक परफॉर्म नहीं करते? Let's read the option. Making advances to farmer. Now this we cannot say because the other bank actually do provide financing to farmers. हमने पहले देखा था रीजनल रूरल बैंक, बाकी बैंक्स भी, लार्ज बैंक भी फार्मर्स को ये प्रोवाइड करते हैं. देन डीलिंग इन फॉरेन करेंसीज. अगर आप लोगों में से कुछ लोगों ने फॉरेन करेंसी कभी खरीदी है तो एक्चुअली जो कॉमर्शियल बैंक होते हैं एंड दे डू प्रोवाइड फॉरेन करेंसी. आप उनसे फॉरेन करेंसी खरीद सकते हैं एंड देन यू गो अब्रॉड एंड यू कैन स्पेंड इट. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो द रॉन्ग ऑप्शन एंड ऑप्शन ए वाज एनीवे रॉन्ग. देन इज इंडस्ट्रियल फाइनेंसिंग. बहुत सारी बैंक्स इंडस्ट्रियल फाइनेंसिंग प्रोवाइड करती हैं और जैसा कि हमने पहले देखा था IDBI तो स्पेसिफिकली इसी पर्पस के लिए सेट की गई थी. तो दिस इज द फंक्शन परफॉर्म बाय देम. सो देयरफॉर दिस इज आल्सो द इनकरेक्ट ऑप्शन. Acting as a banker to government. Now, as you know, that RBI is actually the banker to central government as well as the state government. This is the function which is performed by only RBI and not by other bank. Although other bank do facilitate transaction like paying taxes, etc. However, all the money which goes to government is actually kept with RBI. So RBI is acting as a banker or government, and no other bank acts as a banker to the government, whether it is center or the state. So therefore this is your right option, which is not performed by other banks and only performed by RBI. I hope this is clear. Now let's move to the next question. So here we have another question from year 1992. Now let's look at which one of the following institution was first set up to provide financing to industrial sector. तो industries को finance provide करने के लिए कौन सा institution पहले सेटअप किया गया था? Let's read this option. Industrial Reconstruction Corporation of India, option A. Industrial Finance Corporation of India, which is, you know, IFCI. You might have heard this name. Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. This is actually ICICI, which later became bank. Then you have Industrial Development Bank of India. So among all these, actually IFCI was set up in July 1948. So this is the earliest institution to provide credit to industrial sector. Other institution started later. So very factual question. There's not much to explain, and today we don't see this kind of questions. The new trend is more analytical, and they test instant. This only tests whether you know the history or not. Let's read this question here. Devaluation of currency means. Devaluation of currency का मतलब क्या है? This question came in 1990. Let's read this option. Reduction in value of currency vis-a-vis a major international traded currency. Reduction in value. That is your option A. Permitting currency to seek its own worth in international market. This is option B. Now we need to understand permitting currency to seek its worth. Is it devaluation or is it depreciation? Option C, fixing the value of a currency in conjunction with the movement or in the value of the basket of predetermined currencies. And then you have fixing the value of currency in multilateral consultation with the IMF and the World Bank and the major trading partner. Before we look at the answer of this question, let's just look at the two kind of regime we have in currency. So you have fixed regime where the value of currency is fixed by either central bank or the government, or you have a floating regime. When the value of currency is determined by market, it is called floating. So it may increase, which means it may appreciate, it may decrease or depreciate. So the term used in floating regime are depreciation or appreciation. On the other hand, when the value is of a domestic currency is reduced in the fixed regime, then it is called devaluation. So I hope you can understand the difference, that in a fixed regime, we use the term devaluation, and in the floating regime, we use the term depreciation. So now we'll go back to our question to understand and find the answer. The term used is devaluation. Therefore, it has to be in a fixed regime. And what is the most appropriate answer here? Fixing the value of a currency in conjunction with the movement in the value of a basket of predetermined currency. So they have a predetermined currency. Again, that we are fixing the value. We are not letting the market decide its value, and we are fixing the value. And this happens in the fixed currency regime where we use the term devaluation. Therefore, your option C is the right answer. Devaluation of currency means fixing the value of currency in conjunction with the movement in the value of a basket. So that was your answer to this question. Option number Now let's read this question. This is a question from 1994. The difference between a bank and non-banking finance institution is that. तो इस क्वेश्चन में आपसे पूछा जा रहा है बैंक और नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन और एनबीएफसी कॉर्पोरेशन भी बोलते हैं, उनके बीच में डिफरेंस क्या है. लेट्स रीड our option. A bank interact directly with customer while an NBFI interact with the bank and government. As you know, NBFI or NBFC loan provide करते हैं. So they also, when they provide loan, they interact with their customer directly actually. So this is a wrong. Option B. A bank indulges in number of activities relating to finance with the range of customer while the NBFI is mainly concerned with the term loan needs of large enterprise. Now this seems okay. But I would say I would like to read other options to understand if the other options are more appropriate. Option C. A bank deal with both the internal and international customer while an NBFI is concerned mainly with financial of foreign company. Now, if you know that there are non-banking financial institutions like LIC Housing Finance, right? And there are, Bajaj Finance, they do deal with, Indian companies also and Indian customers also, retail customer also. So this option is incorrect. Let's read option D, which is a bank's main interest is to help in business transaction and saving investment activities, while NBFI main interest in stabilization of currency. As you know, this is not what NBFI look at. They are involved in finance and not currency. What is being mentioned here is stabilization of currency. That is actually the function of RBI. So this option is also wrong. Therefore, we come to the conclusion that option B, which reads as a bank indulges in a number of activities related to finances with the range of customer, while an NBFI is mainly concerned with the term loan needs of large enterprise, is appropriate. But however, I would not say today NBFI also deal with retail customers. So this is, not the most correct answer. But here, when we look at all other options, this is what is the most appropriate answer. So this was the question. Thank you for watching this video. And I will be back next time with the question from this unit from the year 1995. So if you have found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button so that you can continue to get update about our next video. Thank you.